Ladies and gentlemen, so today we're going to be having a bit of fun with 5-star Heimdall. We're going to take this dude up to rank 3 and then have a bit of a chat about some of the pros, the good stuff about the character, and some of the cons, the drawbacks that make Heimdall, a little bit annoying in some matchups to play, because this character is very useful for anybody to have, but he's definitely not the best champion for absolutely everything in the game. But he has some really, really good uses, especially when it comes to certain nodes that we've seen, like Aspect of Chaos, and also that symbiote event, man. He was so incredibly good for as a supporting character. And then we're going to get into some gameplay. We're going to do a bit of Act 5, Realm of Legends, and really see what this guy can do on his own as a 5-star character, because very often he is used as a supporting champion, and you don't see too much Heimdall gameplay out there, and there are maybe some reasons for that, which we're going to talk about in just a moment. But anyway, let's go ahead and smash the rank up button, take this dude up to rank 3, and I'm so happy for this because what was it, a couple of months ago when we were doing 100% variant for the final chapter. I think it was for probably about 80% of the final chapter, man. I had 3-star Heimdall on my team, and for a lot of the stuff we were, using the full team, kind of using team revives there. So the 3-star Heimdall was such a wasted slot for the most part. He was just mainly for kind of, practicing intercepting for the most part. So now that we have a 5-star version, he's going to be so incredibly good for future variants and all sorts of weird and interesting strategies that kind of involve his cheat death synergy that seem to be popping up as we progress on and on. So let's smash that, and that should take him to level 45. And then let's jump to the character abilities and have a bit of a chat about what Heimdall does and some of the pros and cons. So off the bat, some of the two biggest things about Heimdall. The first one is the synergies. So the synergies affect everybody but Heimdall, and the best thing about this character is just having him on the team gives every single other champion on the team a 2-second cheat death buff, which gives them indestructible and unstoppable if they're gonna get knocked out. So this can be absolutely huge for endgame content, because it can allow you to not only cheat death but also gain a bit of opportunity to recover, especially if you're playing somebody like Gladiator Hulk that has a bit of regeneration attached as well. This can be absolutely mad. Such a valuable synergy there. So yeah, that's kind of the biggest one. So just putting him on in your team gives everybody cheat death, but the important thing to bear in mind, and the very annoying thing, is none of this stuff applies to Heimdall himself. So it's just a bit of a pain in the ass there. With Thor and Loki, he also has a synergy where he dashes back. Any champion you play dashes back, and then Heimdall will intercede and give them 15% regeneration if you hold the block for 1.5 seconds. So a really nice stack of healing there that can be tapped into once every single fight. There's one with Hela and Angela, which does the same thing but gives 15% attack buff for the rest of it. There's one with Magic and Guillotine as well, that provides a 250 critical rating buff. So yeah, as you can see, man, these synergies are really valuable. A lot of bonus stuff that you can get there, and definitely a cut above the average synergy. Now, the second big thing about Heimdall is that whenever you throw off a special attack, he will activate a permanent True Strike buff that is going to last till the end of the fight, providing you don't get hit. If you get hit, you lose this buff, but if you activate another special attack, you reactivate it as well. So this is absolutely mega because it's True Strike, it's permanent, it's on Heimdall. So for like debuff immune Spider-Man or evade champions or just really annoying stuff, auto block as well, just absolutely incredible for. But also this has a second component, which is while True Strike is active, Heimdall's attacks cannot be avoided with dexterity. He can also trigger the parry mastery against projectiles and has a 25% chance to auto block basic attacks that will trigger parry. So even if you do get hit, you have a chance to auto block. But I think kind of the biggest thing on the second half is that he can actually trigger the parry mastery against projectiles. So this allows you to fight like Iron Man Infinity War. You can always parry those mediums, and the same with Yondu as well. And has, yeah, some very interesting uses there, but really, A lot of the stuff that Heimdall has, even though he's not the best counter for Iron Man Infinity War, a lot of this makes him a very, very good counter to that champion. So yeah, a bit of a cool one there. But aside from that, there isn't anything super incredible about Heimdall. There are a couple of nice stuff, and that's he has a really, really high health pool in comparison to quite a few other champions. It's not the biggest out there, but it's still pretty considerable. You can see the rank 3 here with Glass Cannon is just under 18,000, which is a fair chunk there. He also doesn't need to be awakened. His awakened ability allows him to kind of get a bit of power at the start of the next fight, which can help you get True Strike a little bit faster, and also get a crit buff as well, which can be useful for one of Heimdall's other drawbacks, which we'll talk about in a second. He also has fairly decent damage when ramped up, but he's a bit of a pain in the ass to ramp up as well. And some of the cons leading into this is he has rubbish damage at the start of the fight. You know, he really needs some of his Fury buffs to get kind of that big damage output and nice numbers that you want to see. He also needs to throw heavy attacks to ramp up to convert his Furies into passive effects and kind of stack those up. He has very, very low base crit rating and crit damage, so he benefits, you know, very much from the masteries that increase crit rating and crit damage. But on his own, man, a little bit annoying. Definitely one of the lowest in the game in terms of crit rating and crit damage there. So that is a little bit of a pain in the ass. And the final drawback is lots of buffs, so he's super bad when there's scenarios that inhibit those buffs, prevent them from triggering, or there's a Mystic champion like Symbiote Supreme or Mystic Dispersion, which would, you know, punish the use of those buffs. So yeah, Heimdall is a bit of an interesting one, but he's still such a valuable champion for the permanent True Strike, the decent-ish damage, and the synergies, man. The synergies are absolutely mega. So anyway, now that we've waffled on about Heimdall for a few minutes, let's jump into a little bit of content, a little bit of gameplay. I think we're going to start off today. Let's go into Act 5, Chapter 4, and go for the Miles Morales in the Mephisto chapter, and maybe for the debuff immune Spider-Man. I'm not too sure if we're going to be able to pull it off, but let's give it a go, man. Let's give it a go. It should be a scenario where Heimdall, you know, if we can get a special attack off, it might work out quite well, but, you know, we'll see what's up, man. We'll see what's up. So Miles Morales to start off here. We need that True Strike desperately, so it's going to be some 3 combos just until we can get the first special attack here. And we'll just go for an SP1 in this scenario, because again, the priority in this matchup is getting that True Strike. And there we go. So no more evades on the provision that we take no direct hits here. And we probably want to, what is it, parry and then for a heavy attack to ramp some of these Furies up. Or parry, medium, and then heavy attack. Very similar to Cap Infinity War. Right, let's just go for a 5 combo here, special 2. And then we'll throw a medium, heavy attack. So we've got a couple of Furies there. Right, and then just one more special 2. Let's throw that one down. And a medium slash just to finish it off. So you can see there, 64 hits for just over 60,000 damage. Definitely one of the cons, man. In these short fights, you're not going to see anything damage-wise that you're like, wow, this is an absolute game changer. You really do need those longer fights, man, if you want to get the usefulness out of Heimdall. But anyway, let's see if we can do this debuff immune Spider-Man, because this one's a little bit tricky. I think in all fairness, when it comes to fighting these Spider-Men like Killmonger or Venom, Venom is the absolute best option, man. He's so incredibly good. But here you can see it's a little bit annoying, but if we did have him awakened, we'd be able to get to the special 1 much, much easier. So that's something as well to potentially bear in mind there. Right, I don't know if we're going to get attacked into, like, right after this. Okay, we didn't. Okay, that's absolutely perfect. So we've got True Strike active now. Also, in this specific matchup, we have no way to stun because he's completely debuff immune. And Heimdall's block proficiency, it's certainly a little bit lower than the average champion. It's not like stupidly low because it was still 60%. You can see you got hammered there, man. Absolutely torn through by Spider-Man. So yeah, maybe you just wanna bring Venom to that fight. Maybe that's the better way to handle it. Bit of a fail there, lads. A bit of a fail, but let's anyway go on to another Spider-Man matchup where maybe we can stun and maybe get a little bit more done. So let's go to Act 5, Chapter 2, and then we've got the Collector Chapter, so we can fight the Spider-Man here. And we'll see how this one goes. Hopefully a little bit better. You know, the Miles Morales one wasn't too bad at the start, but I think it's mainly the problem of we are taking arguably way too much block damage at the moment. Let's see what we can do. And we've also very, very fortunate in that previous fight that we did not get immediately retaliated into after that special. Alright, let's go for this. Yeah, perfect. Right, and now we got the True Strike. It's one of those things as well, because, you know, if you, I'm not super confident on the special one evades, so it's one of those things where I don't want to, like, evade and then kind of run the risk of losing the True Strike. Also, the special, too, is fairly nice in terms of its timing for potentially transferring some Bane over there. I think it would have been better just to go for a 5 combo there, just to make sure we got to the special too. But that one wasn't bad, man. 43 hits. It's alright, man. We'll take it. Right, do we have anything interesting if we go a little bit more up here? See what we have in terms of matchups. Oh, yeah, we actually get to pick where we want to go now, right? So we've got Karnak. Anybody it's going to be good here? Vision, Iron Patriot. Not really. I think we should probably just go for E and go toward Angela for a little bit of fun. Try Heimdall against Angela and maybe Gwenpool. Just a couple of standard matchups. And then maybe go into Realm of Legends and see how Heimdall is if we can ramp him up a little bit. So yeah. A bit of an interesting one, man. Bit of an interesting one. Heimdall could definitely deal a little bit more damage, but it's the con of the character. Gotta have those 5 Furies, because you can stack up to 5 permanent Furies, or 5 permanent buffs that you can convert. I think on some longer fights we might just go for the special 3 buff first, because the special 3 gives an aptitude, which increases the benefit of other buffs, so that is fairly useful. Right, slap that one up. Dodge that. Oh, we got a nice little parry on that. Would have been great if you... Heimdall just needs the ability as well, like the old school parry, where you could parry special attacks as well. Oh man, that'd be such a good addition for the champion. Oh, nice little finish there against Angela. 49 hits. It's not too bad, man. But again, there's just nothing really overly special about Heimdall's damage for those shorter fights. Let's go for one more against Gwenpool. Maybe try the special 3 on a bit of a shorter fight. Don't know if that's going to be the best idea, but we'll give it a go anyway, man. And the special one, once you've got True Strike, is completely pointless using, because the special one, its additional effect is it provides an armor break, but once you've got True Strike, you completely ignore any armor anyway, just as a bit of a heads up there. But for certain matchups, like Killmonger, that utility can... Killmonger and Emma Frost can still be a little bit useful. Right, I think we need to... dodge this special 2. Get a special 2 out of this last. Oh, no. Got clipped. Right, let's see if we can finish this one off alright. Got a bit of bonus damage here, but we are in a little bit of hot water at the moment when it comes to the health pool. Especially on a Bane node here, so we're going to have some pretty sick transfers. Right, that should time pretty much perfect there. Let's go through that in Assassin's range, and maybe... We're very close. Right, perfect. Well, we just about managed to get that one down. It's a bit of a messy matchup, though. Bit of a messy matchup. But anyway, as you can see, just in the standard fights, man, it's got True Strike, can deal with evade champions. Ideally, you want to be able to stun them to get kind of a good ramp up, but it is possible if you play a little bit safely toward the start to get going. But maybe for Spider-Man and some of the actual content, practically speaking, there are better options than Heimdall, in my opinion. So let's go ahead, begin the quest Beyond Hope, and have a look and see if we can get much out of ramping this dude up in Realm of Legends. So what we're looking to do first is go for the special 3, get the aptitude, which is going to increase the effectiveness of all the other buffs that we generate throughout the fight, and hopefully that's going to be pretty good. So let's see what we can do, man. So I don't want to convert, I don't think, anything until I've got the aptitude. So let's go for that one first. I don't know if I'm incorrect doing that or not. So any pro Heimdall players, man, feel free to drop some hints and tips in the comment section below if there is anything that we might have missed during this video. Right, let's fire this one off. Bonus 12% damage. I really do like the special 3 as well, man. It looks incredibly badass. Right, so we got aptitude permanently now. So now we just need to generate a load of fury buffs and convert them on any parry that we can get, or the special 2. Right, that's going to give us a nice stun there, so let's throw the heavy attack. Maybe do a little bit more of a combo, but I'm not too sure exactly what would fit into the interval there. Okay, right, we definitely don't want to convert an armor up. So that should convert a fury there. Let's be a little bit careful about converting anything in there. Okay, we should be good. If we fire this one off, it's going to be unblockable. That should convert another fury. So I think we've got all of the passive furies that we can now. So I think this is Heimdall at rank 3, fully ramped up. Oh, okay. So the damage has pretty much doubled and a bit from the start. Getting those almost 3.7k crits. Come on, man. Big special 2. Let's go. Oh, very nice, man. Almost 4k there. If this dude had bleed, man, he would just be so good. Just be that additional damage enhancement that this lad needs. Oh, special 2 is bloody satisfying to slap down as well. I really like the animation on it. And I think this is probably going to come in, I think about 280 hits is my guess. It might be a little bit lower than that now that we've ramped up, because it took, you know, a good like 80 to 100 hits to get all the buffs that we did need. Come on, big crit here. Oh, unfortunately not. I can really feel the slightly lower block proficiency as well whenever a special 2 comes around. You see the champion's health, which is, again, quite high, just going down a fair bit. But, you know, below 50% we get more damage, so that is also an additional perk. And also, who needs block proficiency if you are good at intercepting as well? Maybe another thing to consider. that Assassin's Reigns slashing is very, very nice. Oh man, I was pretty close on the money with 280 hits there, man. Pretty close on the money. Just need like one more. Oh, I thought that was going to be special too. It still works, man. 292. Again, it's not like god tier insane mega damage, but it's not the worst in the world either for like 500,000. It's alright, but again, there are so many little caveats to playing Heimdall, such as being able to stun and ramp up, and also the more aggressively you play because of his Fury stacking mechanic, the more you're rewarded as well to a certain extent, even though, you know, most of the time you only have like 1 or 2 additional Furies, but there is, you know, a bit of a damage benefit there. So let's try that again, man. Another special 3. We've got Captain Marvel. We can play maybe a little bit more aggressively against her than Winter Soldier. So maybe we're going to see a few more scenarios where we have 8 stacks of Fury. Let's try a slightly different matchup for this one. Right. Perfect bonus, 20% damage. Let's go for it. Chuck around the Bifrost. Get in the bin, mate. Straight to the edge of the universe. Right, I need a parry here. Come on, Captain Marvel. Oh, yes. Okay, just about, man. Well close to losing that aptitude there, though. Okay, let's try down the special 2. Okay, it's better probably to do a medium light and then throw the heavy if you want to maximize the amount of hits that you're getting out of that stun. Got time just to clip a nice one there. I probably should have thrown a heavy there, actually. Right. Special 2. Medium. Heavy. I need to convert 2 more Furies. Let's go. Right, I don't want to convert anything just for the moment to make sure that, you know, we don't convert the armor there. So that would not be a great play at all, and also something you need to potentially consider and watch out for when playing Heimdall. It's got to be on the lookout. I think we maybe have 1 more to convert, or are we good? We'll try it here just for good measure, but I think that might be it. Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's see if we can get lucky and get Captain Marvel down in under 290 hits. So that's what we're looking for now. Again, we can play a little bit more aggressively on this one than the previous matchup. Oh, 4.2k as well. Very, very nice. Feels good, man. I feel like Heimdall is... He's not the absolute best champion to get as a 6-star, but, you know, just imagine what you're seeing right now, but a little bit more powerful. And all the benefits that he brings to the team. Like, it's just a really, really solid 6-star pull, man. And I saw Idless got very lucky as well a little bit earlier and managed to get a 6-star Heimdall, man. Must say, I'm a little bit jealous. But I'm very, very happy with my 5-star one as well. Oh, very nice 14k there. I quite like his sword animations as well, though. It's got a very fun way to play. Feels very Angela-esque, Asgardian warrior. I think the only thing that is maybe a little bit annoying, the heavy attacks and special attacks do come off a little bit slow in comparison to some other characters. I must say that I do personally prefer characters that feel incredibly fast. But Heimdall, he feels quite fun to play, though. Right, let's chuck it off. Big crit. Oh, unfortunately not. Let's go. Right, straight in the bin, mate. 280. I told you I was bang on the money, mate. About 280 hits. So yeah, a bit of an interesting one. I still don't know how I feel about Heimdall. I feel like he's a great champion to have. Really, really good. I kind of wish he hit a little bit harder, or... Well, I think his damage is really good when it's ramped up, but I wish that he was just a little bit easier to ramp up, or didn't, you know, rely so much on kind of getting those, like, heavy attack opportunities, to get into the fight, because it does take, you know, quite a few hits to get into some decent damage on Heimdall, and even then he isn't the best, but I think he's a relatively balanced character when you look at the entire game with all of the stuff that he brings to the table. I think there's definitely quite a bit that's been taken off the champion's damage to substitute for his insane synergies, which is so valuable, and also his permanent true strike as well. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. What do you think of Heimdall? Let me know in the comments section below. Aside from that, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, feel free to smash that like button. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.